Hey everyone, this is Jack with the Cardboard Herald, and today I am going to just do a quick little video talking to you about Forteller, the audio narration for narrative board games. So Forteller reached out to me and sent me a download code for Jaws of the Lion, seeing if I would check it out and then share my thoughts on it. And I did just that. Last night I played with my group, and we played one of the later scenarios in Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion. Don't worry, I'm not going to get into any spoilers or anything. And we relied on Forteller in order to handle all the narrative bits and pieces for the beginning and conclusion. So what this is just a professionally narrated audio experience. So think of audiobooks or podcasts or anything where they hire professional actors to come in and handle things. There's ambient audio elements, and all of the different aspects of a scenario are included in the listing. So if we were playing Jaws of the Lion and we wanted to go to one of the scenarios, we'd click that game and then we would pick the scenario we wanted to look at. We'll look at the scenario level 3, the Black Ship, and we see the different elements that are going to be included in that. You would just play the introduction initially.
After getting your fill of stew and plenty of rest at the Sleeping Lion, you start off early.
And then whenever you wanted to go to the next trigger, as it is defined by the book, you would go to that.
You burst into the cargo hold.
And then, of course, you just go through all the different elements until you get to the conclusion.
It certainly doesn't give you pleasure.
And that's it. It's super simple to use. It does stream from the internet, though you can preload scenarios. So if you know that you're going to be playing offline, like, for example, I live in Southeast Alaska, there's all kinds of situations where I might be bringing board games out to a cabin or something, wanting that super thematic immersion out in the woods, and I don't have cell phone service or internet out at that cabin. So in that case, I could preload onto this.
It will be good to get back to the Sleeping Lion. After a fortnight going up and down the still river, chasing a bad lead on a missing blacksmith.
Everything that I've experienced with it so far does seem very professional, very well put together. I listen to a lot of audio media, and this seems like they invested in getting high quality actors, and the ambient elements are really well done. Overall, I'm really impressed with the app. Now, the games that it has on selection are kind of limited right now, but they are still adding more and more. They have Gloomhaven proper, which is somewhere around $15, and then Jaws of the Lion is $7, and then they have some other games, of course. And as far as I'm concerned, it's not a mandatory element, right? You don't need that in order to play, and some players are going to really enjoy being the ones to narrate the book. We have a lot of hammy friends in our game group, and we kind of like acting out the different elements of the game. But on the other hand, if you want to kind of streamline your experience where you have everything set up on the table, instead of having to orient yourself in order to read the narrative elements or pick up the book and pass it around before putting it out on the table and then doing setup, this is a handy tool, and I think that now that I have it, I'm totally going to be using it from this point forward. There are a couple things that it doesn't handle, of course. I mean, you're going to have to deal with all of the different special scenario rules which are printed in the book, and this doesn't cover. And then there's also the events that are going to happen that this doesn't have audio narration for all of the events, so it would be up to your team in order to read those aloud so everyone can make appropriate decisions. But as far as capturing and establishing the mood for the scenario narrative, this does a really good job. They have a great team of voice actors. It's fast, it's easy, and it adds a degree of polish on an already very polished game. And as I know, with this hobby, there are a lot of people who really like blinging out their games, and this is just one more level of doing that. I'm thoroughly impressed. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're doing in the future, and if you are someone who wants that extra level of thematic immersion into your games, then this is a great entry point with Jaws of the Lion. And that is it. Like I said, super simple video today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about my experience with the app or about its utility within anything, you can put those in the comments below. I'll also have a link to Forteller in the video description. And if you have any experience with this or any sort of application that is kind of unconventional that you've used it for, or a reason why it's a more imperative thing to your experience, maybe it's like an accessibility issue, then I would love to hear about that, and I'm sure everyone else would too. So yeah, make sure to leave a comment if that's the case. So once again, thanks for watching. I've been Jack for the Cardboard Herald. If you enjoyed this video, we have all kinds of other reviews, interviews, and recommendations via writing, podcasts, and video here on our channel and website cardboardherald.com. Our content is audience supported, so if you want to show your support, please visit our Patreon. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the Cardboard Herald.